Yes, they can hear us. Let me double check they can hear us. Because I don't have that page up. Yeah, they should be able to hear us.
Nat Disaster homebrewed segment back in the main world of Tychorus. We're doing a heist, everyone. My name is Brian. I'm our disaster master here at Nat Disaster, and going to be the one who is putting together all this chaos and trying to find some logic within it. But yeah, no, let's get into the introductions for everything. I'll start off with this one. We have returning for the first time in several months. We have the majestic beard himself. We have Mr. Callum. Hey, Callum.
How's it going, guys? Sorry, I had to put my phone on the charger. Yeah, I'm fucking happy to be back. I moved. I'm now in fucking... Yeah, everyone's here now.
Brian, we're live. We're live. You jumped in live.
Good time.
I'm glad you had a shirt on. Okay, well, what kind of jump from Callum to a new person? Brian, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm not even ready for this. I thought I had like 30 more seconds. I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you come 20 minutes late. All right. Well, that is two of the members going over. We have the wonderful note taker, who's not going to be a note taker in this session because of her current character. We have.
I need my note things.
Oh.
I'm Vicky. I'm going to be taking very, very basic notes. Very basic notes. Like what color
like
people's
doodles.
eyes are. Like doodles, yeah. Because he can't read or write. Anyway, continue.
Next, we have the newest member who's been through all of the Humblewood campaign. This is actually his first time jumping into my homebrewed world of Tychorus. Other than for our session 0 for the main campaign, we have Andrew.
What up, guys? I am excited to be here.
I found my time.
Finally, in a squad in Tychorus. Let's go.
I'm excited to play this character, so...
After the time we spent this weekend formulating his backstory, like, yeah.
Let's do this.
And then Mr. is not in his seat, Mr. Tech Paladin.
He's
My
probably
book
working on
that
something.
has the map and stuff has gone missing. It was on my desk 10 minutes ago, and I don't know where it went.
I worked so hard on that map. Don't be losing my map.
Found it. It's underneath something. Good. We're back. Hi, I'm Colin Rose, and I, for some reason, forgot to get the, thing that had my notes ready for the session. This useful person. I'm excited to play a character who I've been writing since January.
Yeah.
Yes, going off of that right there, yes, the entire premise for this little mini campaign that we're doing is Conlon created a character, Rogue, that he did you have a dream of them or something like that?
I had a dream about a person like them, not them specifically, but a rogue-like character that I had a dream that was robbing a mall with them or something. I don't remember the full dream. And I kind of just went to create sim, made a person, and I was like, fuck him, we'll write backstory for him. And I spent
then
several months doing it.
And then, for anybody who has watched our main campaign when it was going on, every once in a while, I'm sure you would have heard us joking about an all-rogue party that we started talking about. We're like, maybe far down the line. And hey,
it's now far down the line.
Quarantine has started the perfect opportunity to do it. So, all-rogue campaign. So yes, this is the next step after, for those of you who are following, we just finished our 10-episode mini-series in the Humblewood campaign. If you are interested in that, I do highly recommend to go watch that. That was me as the DM, Conlon, Andrew introing into Nat Disaster, Brian and Vicky continuing in the wonderful world of Humblewood, created by the Deck of Many Things. I had a few homebrewed missions there myself, and I don't want to give any spoilers, but watch the last session because something began. with the ending of the Humblewood campaign. So go check that out. I'm gonna be a typical YouTuber. I'm gonna be a typical YouTuber here. Like and subscribe, share, check it out, please. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Moving on from that, but yeah, I'm excited to start this off. Tychorus, especially with Xysta City. For those of you who have watched the main campaign, that is where the Misfit Warriors were currently about to head down and visit. So this is a little bit of a sneak peek at the city. Also a little bit of a trial run, because I will be completely honest, this is my first homebrewed world. So this is my first made city that I've ever done. So a little bit of a trial run here. We'll see how it goes.
He may accidentally go to buildings he's not planned yet. I did that twice in my sessions, several times in my sessions. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, I have things built, but if you're asking for like little minute shops, I mean, it's a city. I don't have every single corner mapped out. Some things are just random shops and stuff like that. So making things up on the fly like a typical DM. But anyways, we will be doing this campaign for a few sessions, as long as it takes. I'm expecting 3 sessions. It's probably going to be 10, knowing you guys. And
we have a goddamn level up, and you're like, what the fuck?
And then as we are...
15 sessions. 15 sessions.
We're working on 30.
And as this is going on, as mentioned at the end of the last episode of Humblewood, we are working out a way to bring things together to find a way to possibly continue the main campaign sometime in the future.
Characters.
That's basically what everybody has at this point. Callum's at 2. He's got to catch up. And Asia,
I swear to God, I can make another any day.
And Asia only has 1. Asia has 1, but
that's true.
I say I can just lose our minds talking to ourselves because we have so many characters thing, and Asia's just like, how am I supposed to get anything in edgewise?
Let's be honest though, Kyron is enough as a one whole character. She's like, I don't like it.
She does.
All right. Well, we don't have any sponsors.
No.
Obviously.
Did you intro Vicky?
Yeah, you were too busy looking for a map. I did intro Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
come on now.
But as always,
Technically, I introed Vicky, but yeah.
If anybody wants
Making
to
sure.
Oh, it's over there.
sponsor us, Mountain Dew, sponsor us.
Summer Shandy? I can't pronounce her name.
Drake's and Hostess products, sponsor us. But, yeah, if everybody is all set, Conlon, are you all set? You look pretty spacey over there.
I know, I had to get way more focused. The character I'm playing is the focused version of me. And I've been spacey all day.
Okay, I got my dice.
You're not bracket anymore. You can't just, like, Nock will take care of that. No.
Yeah, I can just zone out.
Not here. She's out in the middle of the forest getting exhausted right now.
I'm literally putting my phone all the way over there so I can't look at it. I just haven't put my dice out yet, so give me 1 second and I'll be ready.
I found all my dice. I'm working on that.
Give me 1 moment.
I said noon, guys. Get with it.
Is everyone putting their dice out like, oh yeah, dice, that's a thing you need?
I mean, and then you look at me over
No,
here.
I picked my dice at noon. I have had my dice ready since like noon today. I've been very excited.
I was outside cutting down bushes at noon.
I told you we're starting late at 6:30 today, and you're like, perfect, I get more time.
Yeah. Then I went and ran for dinner with our buddy Sal, and yeah, no, that ran late. We left at...
Okay, I'm ready whenever you are, Brian. I can talk while I move D6s into a pile.
Yeah. So, since everybody seems to be ready, we can let the heist disaster unfold.
How we gonna ruin it? How we gonna ruin it?
Let's see how we ruin your world, Brian.
And my favorite character.
Whatever you guys do here is actually going to have effect on the world for the Misfit Warriors. Wow.
We actually burned the city down.
Right now.
Yeah, Xysta's floating, right?
Yeah.
We're going to crash it into the ground.
This is no longer a city. Guys.
I think Brian would start crying. He would have a mental breakdown. We would kill our DM.
Anyways.
So guys, we try and completely set the city. Come on, we gotta try like 1.
Wow.
No, we can't do that. Nock's family needs the city right now.
Yeah, we can't kill the queen, guys.
We can't kill the queen. For Nock's sake, we can't do that.
Actually, I have one suggestion.
Yes, sir.
You could let me listen to her for a minute, kill her, and then let me just speak through, like put on a costume or some shit, and pretend to be her. It'll be fine.
Wait a second. I'm a succubus. We got this shit.
I'm gonna
Exactly. I'll be her voice, you be her. It'll be great.
I encourage you guys to try to get with the queen right now. Ooh, you'll all die. You'll all die so fast.
No.
Rain will be very kind to the queen. These guys will start shit, but Rain will be
seduce.
very nice because she intends. Her life is more important than all of yours.
Well, if I seduce her, then during intercourse, someone just yeets her head off.
Anyway,
Do
so
that.
while our
We're just gonna
heroes-
yeet the queen's head off when Brian's fucking her. Okay, we should start this. It's the madness that we will now have though actually happen.
while our heroes, the Misfit Warriors, forge their bonds within the tomb of two warriors, Warriors Rest, while the Queen and King's Xystallian Guard travel to all sections of the kingdom to provide aid against the feared future chaos that they fear will follow after the preservation celebration. While the forces of evil travel hidden in the dark toward their next strike at the Blessed Feet tribe, while Oliver, a lone wizard, sits alone in his home, studying some slab left after his father. A plan is set in motion. A plan to return a long-lost artifact to a member of its people. A plan to steal back from an elitist among Xystallian's richest. A plan that will join 5 rogues and a random NPC. We'll see how long he actually lasts, from all different facets of Xystallian life. This plan calls for one of the most ambitious heists in history. But this endeavor begins as one woman, a scarred and dangerous red-headed woman with a troubled past, receives a letter as she's reading a book out on the street. A devilkin she had previously worked for requesting a meeting for a new trying task that he needs her assistance.
Be her. It's just not possible.
Traveling to the Xysta, an underground and hidden section of the city, where devilkin, demons, and all the like enjoy their freedom, just like all the denizens above ground. She met Falthiam the Shamed, at Zariel's favor, a tavern and strip club, to hear of the task at hand. She was tasked with putting together a group of individuals to pull off a heist on one of the dyes of the city. Dye is a class I have created which basically signifies somebody who is a high business owner of the city who gets power from their contribution to the city.
They'd be at the same level like a minister.
Dai Hanada of the Oil Retrieval Institute, the organization that helps pull from the oil reserves underneath Lake Xysta itself, below Krulin's crater. He seems to have found an artifact, lost long ago to the devils themselves, that he has stored away, and tasked Rain, Conlon's character, with putting together enough people to retrieve this before a certain deadline, possibly during an event that seems to be coming up in the near future. After agreeing to the task, getting drunk and getting out of a tavern fight.
Oh god, she was real drunk.
Rain made it back
See how
to the
big
circle.
this bottle of rum is? She drank all of it.
That's nothing.
An orc challenged her to a drinking contest. She did
lost.
okay.
5-5.
She lost.
She didn't. She barely lost though. She lost with dignity.
After escaping from that tavern brawl and returning back to the city, not before seeing faces unfamiliar to her, but familiar to the Misfits. She returned back up to the city, spent the next morning creating little ciphers and notes to pass along to taverns all across the city, asking for rogues for hire for a mission. Saying to meet the next day in the evening at the Angel Ears Tavern. She continued on to her confidant at the Angel Ears Tavern, Zan, who is a half-elf, part of her backstory, the owner of the Angel Ears Tavern, a respectable businessman who's trying his very best to get in a lot of the elites and try to make himself a respectable owner in the city. And Rain keeps on doing things like this of, hey, I'm going to be getting some rogues together for a meeting tomorrow. Just shove them to the back room if they say my name. Reluctantly agreeing, he sets everything else up for the day. Rain returns the following day. Food has been prepared on the table as she goes to the back room and waits patiently for anyone who has accepted her hire, not knowing who is going to arrive. Until there is a knock on the door outside.
I won't hear your knocks, Brian. I have the RTX thing on, so you have to say when you have to talk. Doesn't go through the RTX.
Knock, 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 bitch.
There we go.
And that is where our heist adventure will begin. No, Rain?
Come in.
As she shouts out, the Zan opens up the door and just be like, hey, Rain, I have someone here said Rain is coming over and over again. I think this is one of the people that you mentioned, right?
Let them in.
And he turns around and he's just like, come in. And Callum, introduce your character.
So, what you see in front of you, Rain, is a brightly colored kenku with a curved beak and an eye patch, a very brightly colored greenish coat, a cape, knee-high black boots, brownish breechers, and a three-pointed hat with one of his feathers stuck in it.
Does she recognize a Cancun? Brian?
You do know a kenku. You don't recognize the kenku, but you do recognize her as a kenku.
Okay.
Or as him.
I have a very nice saber on my hip, 2 daggers on my other hip, and on the same hip with the daggers is what looks like a hand crossbow, but instead of a bolt, it has a grappling hook.
Interesting.
And Conlon, before you guys respond, why don't you introduce Rain to the world?
I want to introduce Rain after everyone else has come in, so that way they all get the view of what the woman they're being presented. So we'll do it right before our last character comes in.
Okay. So, Zan opens up the door, and this kenku arrives, and Zan's just like, I'll let you know if more come. And then he just closes the door.
Be like, thank you. Like, a Cancun? Oh, don't tell me you also stole the curse, so you don't know that many of the words.
Hold on.
You literally just had
What am I allowed to say?
What can I
say?
What
Let
can
me
you
just
say?
Remember,
I
can say anything.
know as I say. So you asked if I have the curse. I say, Yarmy Swabbies.
I'll be like, okay, I guess I'll take that as a yes. And what's your name? If you have one, of course. This is the wind noise. She's like, I'll work with that, I guess. She's like, here, take a seat. If you would like some food, there's food on the table. We'll wait for the rest of our guests to arrive.
And Wind Whisper, what you do see is a rounded table with Rain sitting out at the end. There are about 5 to 7 chairs put around, as they weren't sure exactly how many people were going to arrive, with steak and also cauliflower steak laid out on individual...
And probably there's also other veg and stuff like that.
Along with other types of vegetation, like some carrots, some steamed broccoli, things like that. It looks like Rain has provided a little bit of a mini feast for those arriving.
vegetarian options. Very nice.
You seem to be the
Brain
first one to have
understands.
arrived. Where do you go?
I will sit down and put my boots up on the table.
Okay.
And, like, lean back very casually.
Okay.
Rain's gonna join her and be like, okay. She's like, of course this means I'm gonna have to clean the table afterwards.
So,
All right.
as you say that, I'm just gonna whip out a handkerchief with like a flourish and put it under my boots.
Perfect.
All right.
Callum, how tall is your Kenku?
I am 4'8".
Okay.
I need to move my laptop or else I can't do the boot thing with because Rain feels like someone you need to act.
All right. A few minutes go by. Casual conversation might ensue. But
there is very little casual conversation with a person who can't talk. Rain's just gonna be like, well, if you can't say that many phrases, she's just gonna randomly give him random, like, everyday phrases.
So what do you start saying?
Yeah, I'm ready to write them down.
She's gonna be like, well, hello. How are you? I'm doing well. This is fun. Rain's just gonna have an open conversation to someone she knows can't talk back, and they're gonna. She's like, I'm doing well. This mission is going to be dangerous, but worthwhile. We make good money.
Dangerous, but worthwhile. Thank you.
Hopefully you like the others. You can go, Brian. I think that's the basic, because she'll pause every once in a while and just be like...
And as he says, "I mateys," you can hear another knock, knock, knock on the door.
Come in.
Zan opens the door again and be like, "Hey, I got another."
Just let him in, Zan. Just let him in.
Okay. And open the door, and Brian Maines, introduce your character.
So in walks a short-haired or short red-headed.
We got two gingers. That's
like
good.
5'6", muscular guy. My name's Serenity, and I heard you're looking for some rogues for a little fun.
Little
Yes.
fun.
Did he just say little fun?
Yes.
Barely heard him, but I... Rain's like, sure, little fun. We'll call it that. Yes, I am. Come sit, eat if you'd like. And you said your name's Serenity.
Yes.
She's gonna give you kind of a weird look because you're a guy. Because she's not aware that, you know, other things. That's, different. Usually they only strippers Serenity.
Oh, there's a lot more for you to find out about me.
As long as they're useful skills, I hope it's not problems. I don't need extras.
Oh, there's definitely some useful skills.
Good.
All right.
I like skills.
I'm gonna point at myself and say, "Useful skills, useful skills."
She's gonna smile brightly. She's like, "That's wonderful." And towards the Kenku.
Callum, you gotta be like the #1 note taker here, because you gotta write down everything you hear. Basically, I can say this now. All right, Serenity.
Rain's gonna give him lots of words because she knows he needs words. She's gonna assign Andy to read a novel.
And Serenity, as you enter in, there's only 2 seats out of this total 7 that are taken up on the table. Where would you like to sit? There's the Rain at the end, the Kenku on one side with its feet up.
Yep. When you entered the room, Rain had stood up to, like, greet.
Dead center, like across the table from Rain, or dead center? Okay.
Like on
All
one
right.
of the signs.
You take the. All right.
There's also ale in the flask over there, and if you'd like something harder, I can ask Zen.
I'll take a nice glass of ale.
So it's like a mini keg that's sitting on the thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna say something harder.
Something harder? Okay. Sam's gonna walk over to one of the. I'm assuming there's cabinets in this room because it's really a store. It's probably like an office. It's really like an office room, not a meeting room.
Oh yeah, this table's in here. Just simply, it's more of like a living room kind of that you're in right now. That's been like trying to design to.
This
look
is probably
like
the break room of the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
This is when group meetings are held for training.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna open one. She's gonna open a bottom drawer and she's gonna pull out a bottle of rum and set it out. She's like, "I always hide some in here."
All right.
And she's gonna set it on the table in front of the Cancun, in front of Wind. What's your actual name, Callum? Just Wind. Okay. She's just gonna be in front of
Wind. It's literally a wind noise, but you guys can call me Wind Whisper.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
At one point, there will be a strategizing session where she'll be guessing wind this, wind that. Like, wind whisper. Like, cool, we'll work with that one.
So, Wind Whisper, rum has been put out on the table in front of you.
And she puts out some small, like, drinking, like, little drinking glasses instead of mugs.
I'm gonna pour,
like a whiskey glass?
Yeah, like a nice whiskey glass.
I'm gonna pour just enough into a whiskey glass and then start drinking it straight from the bottle.
Rain's like, okay. Rain's what's left of the glass and just walk to the other side of the table and sit down like, if that's how you want it.
How much do you drink from the bottle?
Probably like 4 big gulps, and then I'm gonna like shake my head and go, blow me down.
Wait,
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Yes! Check it out. Hold on.
It was a natural.
First nat 20 of the game, guys.
That was the first roll of the game.
That sets our trend. We're rogues that will succeed at this mission.
I think you guys nat 20'd on the first roll in the beginning of the Tychorus campaign, too, so it's fitting. Fitting for the return. So you guys see this Kenku just take 4 big swigs of this rum, put it down, and handle it like it's no business, like it's normal.
Rain's just be smart. She's sipping her glass and be like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good group." She's just It's like not a big smile, like I'm expressive. I'm too expressive to be Rain.
It's
but
just
it's like
a slight smirk.
It's that small little bit of like, "Oh, this will be fun." As she's sipping her glass of rum, because there's no reason to chug it. We're not partying here.
And as you guys start settling in with a few drinks, a few more minutes do pass by before you hear another knock, knock, knock on the door. And Rain, without even waiting, Zan opens the door and just says, this way. And Andrew, introduce your character.
Okay, so in walks a half-elven man, about 6 feet tall.
Is he tall, dark, and handsome?
He's tall, but he's not. I guess you could say he's dark. He's wearing, he's wearing a set of fairly normal-looking black armor with a cloak strung across his back. Short brown hair, green eyes, a bow strung across his back. See sword on his side. Looks like a pretty intimidating man. Are you Rain?
Yes. Come, have a seat, eat, relax for a little bit. We're waiting for another 1 or 2, I believe. At least I hope.
Is that a? What is that?
That's a Cancun.
I'll look over at Wind Whisper. Look back to Rain. Like what is that?
It's a Cancun.
Well,
There are bird people.
Brian, have I seen a Kenku before?
So, you can roll I'm going to say a history check to see if you've noticed any around the city. They're not the most common members, but I just want to see if you've seen them before.
That's an 18. 18.
So, you've definitely seen shorter humanoid people that exhibit bird-like features before. Most of them are look more like crows than anything else. And they wander around as if they were not animals, as if they were people, like interacting, buying from shops. You've never personally had many interactions with them before. You do know a race like them exists, but you're not exactly sure what it's called.
Okay.
So Rain will give the answer. It's a Cancun. They're a bird people.
Okay.
They're usually pretty nice and well-skilled. They just aren't the best talkers, so if you can think of quick phrases, give it to them.
Not what I expected to see when I came here, but...
I have a sense we'll be a little group of misfits.
I will walk up...
Misfits?
Yeah! He knows group of misfits now, yes!
So, what are the seating options?
So right now, Rain's at the end. You can see the ginger-haired, muscular man sitting across the opposite end of the table, and the Kenku off on the left side with their feet up right now. You can still see there's 2 seats available on the right side, and then 1 seat next to the Kenku.
I will sit down next to the Kenku.
I was gonna look at them Kenku a little oddly, like...
I'm gonna reach out my hand to shake your hand, and I'm gonna say, dangerous but fun, right?
Sure. And I'll hold my hand out.
I shake your hand vigorously.
Oh, good. At least you're excited about this call we're gonna have.
Hi, Andrew!
The person I was literally talking to.
Callum, we've learned from...
Hi, Andrew.
I hate Discords so much.
We started this thing, Callum, where we lose connection. We're just like, bye, Brian, bye.
All right.
This will happen a few times, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Rain's like, well, at least you guys seem enthusiastic. And she's gonna kind of look at the class and be like, let's see if we get one more. Then we'll start. If anyone else comes after that, then we'll just have to fill them in with the details. So, where do you all hail from?
I'm from here in the city.
Where in the city?
Well...
Oh, I never sent out the PDF of the map.
Yeah, no, I never really picked out a place in the city where I lived, but...
I'm going to send out a PDF to you guys.
So, Andrew, you definitely were in either the middle or the upper class from your status actually getting into the Xystallian Guard in the past. So you are either from one of the 4 sections within Ascension Square or in the inner ring, which is Divinity's Overlook. It depends on whether you want to be the higher class or the middle class.
Probably the middle class. Well,
yeah,
actually...
No, you want to become disenfranchised if you're a higher class, because you have fallback then. You can just go back and be rich.
So,
If you became disenfranchised, you're probably middle class.
I'm gonna go with the higher class.
Ooh.
Okay.
He could be a rebellious teen.
Yes, exactly. Well,
So,
not a teen, but I am rebellious.
So you would you would basically know that you're from Divinity's Overlook. That is the innermost ring, other than the ring of actual floating buildings as well.
I'm from Divinity's Overlook, actually.
Oh, interesting. Not many people from there come this far into the outer rings.
Well, let's just say I didn't really care for the people there.
I understand that. Though they do have good money and they're easy to steal from. They never really pay attention.
Well, Rain, you're definitely not wrong.
She's looking at her glass. I don't have a glass with me, so she's kind of looking at her glass when she's talking.
So I'll lean over to Rain and I'll say, "Have you heard of the Shadow?"
No. Or I should ask, Brian, have I heard of the Shadow?
Roll a history check.
Cool. Gladly. I'm just lazy and I feel like grabbing a dice, so I'm just going to click on D&D Beyond. Okay, so that's a 23. Thank you, 23. D&D Beyond.
So there's a rumor that has been surfaced around Xysta City. In the past year or so, the cases have been spiking up, or moments of people saying they've seen a man that they've been calling the Shadow. It seems to be nobody can really ever tell if they ever actually are telling the truth when someone claims to have seen them. But it's a man who goes and seems like he takes from the higher class of the city themselves, and everywhere he goes, there's a shadow version of him as well. He's also known as the one-man team.
She's gonna make a joke and be like, huh, from what I've heard from the rumors, he'd be a good one to work with.
I will, as you say that, I will throw up my cloak and then manifest my echo next to me.
And she's gonna smile and give like a little like kind of high-class clap like twice, like, oh, how fun.
As you see, he puts the hood up, his cloak changes colors to be an almost darker persona.
It's all black, pretty much. If anyone's played Skyrim, picture the Nightingale armor, but just instead of white, all black.
Mm-hmm. He does that, and as his duplicate appears in the space right next to him, just standing there, a shadow copy. There's no colors, no features, but it blends in very well with the black persona that this person is wearing. They're sitting there with their own expression as well. It seems like it's an exact copy of what's going on with him, but it seems to be able to do its own type of actions as well. It's not an exact like duplicate following exactly what he does.
That's why she gives a little clap. She's like, oh, how exciting. You are real.
And then
I hope you're very ready for what this is going to become. So then you get the last knock.
And then you hear knock, knock, knock on the door.
Come in.
And Zan pokes out and be like, looks back at the person behind them again and be like, sure, this way. And walks inside.
Doesn't think they can handle it.
Walks inside a older gentleman. He seems to have a pretty plump face and a little bit of a dad bod going on. Wearing commoner's clothes, a green tunic over a white shirt and some long breeches. Walks in. You don't see any weapons on his person, whatever. Walks in. He's got his hair slicked to the side a little bit on this side, but then it's kind of sticking up a little bit on the side there. And so then she's like, "Hi, is this where Rain's hiring people for a job?"
She's like, yes. Come sit.
He comes over to the seat right next to you. We'll be like, "Hi, I'm Paul."
Group of misfits.
Rain does not laugh. She glares at him a little like intimidatingly and does shake his hand. She is going to try to intimidate him. By the way, by her just the straight shots of her eyes.
Roll an intimidation check.
Wait, you're trying to intimidate me?
No,
me.
Paul. She's just like, if this doesn't scare him off, I guess he can start. Have her thought.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay, that is a 17.
17. While he's shaking your hand, he just looks at you and he's like, "Oh, a mighty fine grip you got there." And he lets go and he's just like, "Oh, is there two of that guy?"
Yes. He has a twin.
I will make him disappear.
Oops, he disappeared.
Golly gee, what the hell?
How about you have a seat, Paul? Eat some dinner.
Let's do seem enthusiastic.
Oh, well, I know magic
She's
is
gonna look
allowed
at
in
the
the
can
city.
like, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
It's not magic.
A man duplicates himself and you say it's not magic?
It's an innate ability.
I don't know what
It was only you hallucinating. No one else saw it.
You'll see real magic.
Roll a
eventually.
deception check.
Natural 20.
Pause for a second. It's just like, well,
Wait,
I
wait. Equals 30.
You
You have a plus 10 deception?
Yeah.
party
I'm a
of
plus
rose.
8. This is fun as hell, guys.
Expertise, motherfucker.
Paul's just gonna like wipe his out and be like, "Well, man, I have been working a long day at the shop. Maybe I need to get some rest."
Well, I guess this is probably our group, isn't it?
Is this some steak? Can I have some?
Yes, eat, please. Absolutely.
Grabs
There's
them
also
off
some
the table
ale in
really
the corner.
So it's going, my God, I have not had good meat like this in quite a little bit of time.
Grand. She's very done with it. She's like, okay, so for a plan.
Oh, wait, Wind Whisper's doing something.
I'm passing Paul the half-empty bottle of
Rum.
Huh. Well, I haven't partaken in alcohol consumption in a while, but I mean, since I'm making new friends, and he takes a sip out of the alcohol. He's a civilian. He doesn't have any pluses.
Brian.
14. Okay, Paul. Okay. Paul's like, whew, got a little bit of a kick there now, doesn't it?
Brian, is this your Peter from Deadpool 2?
Yes, it is. I made him create this character. I gave him no choice last night. I'm like, yeah, just an NPC who's probably gonna die, but it's okay.
And he's just like, I'll have a little bit more of that, and he takes a glass and pours a little bit in there.
I love this like Midwestern dad.
I'll take my hood off, so it goes back to the simple leather armor, and I'll pour myself a drink, and I will hold it up to Paul and everyone else.
I'll raise my glass of ale.
I'm gonna grab the bottle back and just start chugging as everyone toasts.
Okay.
Rain's not gonna be as enthusiastic about your toast. And she'd be like, oh, okay.
Aren't you all a friendly bunch? Huh? And he holds up his glass and clinks with the rest of you guys.
I'm gonna finish my ale.
And
keep a straight face for this entire game, Ryan. What have you done to me?
And Paul finishes his drink, and you can see Paul like blink a few times. He's just like, whoa. Okay, there.
Might want to take it easy there, Paul.
Yeah, I might need to.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
Eat some of the bread. It'll help.
So, what do you need help with, Rain?
She's now going to stand up. She's going to stand up after that statement and be like, yes, dangerous and fun. That is correct. And I'm not going to describe Rain. I don't want to read the entire description thing I wrote because it's 4 paragraphs.
Just a rundown description of what they see.
Okay, Rain is a dark red-haired woman who's about 5'2"-ish and kind of more muscular built. She's very beautiful, though she has 5 scars across her face that go across, this way. She's freckles, normal gingerish features that you would be used to seeing. In the way that the clothes that she's wearing, which are slightly revealing, you can see that she has tattoos on her chest, and you can see them at the beginning of her wrists and around her fingers. But you only can assume she might have more tattoos beyond that, but you can't see them. She has a sword on her and a crossbow. And her face has many piercings as well. She's a very decorated human person. She has elven ears and very sharp green eyes. And she's wearing eye makeup that emphasizes how sharp they are.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything else. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh. So, as you stand up, I'm just gonna go, crack Jenny's teacup.
I'll look over and be like, what?
Oh no, Jenny cracked her teacup. Well, where is it? I might be able to fix it.
Rain's gonna do that and be like, it's a turn of phrase, A. I'm assuming.
It is.
Is he gonna say turn of phrase? Because now he knows that second word.
Oh, yeah. Turn of phrase. What?
I'm like, I don't know what it means yet, but we'll figure that out as we get along.
Just so you guys know, it means like, dude, I want to fuck you.
It means what?
You're hot. Like,
it
means
Wanna fuck you. Yep.
Yeah, Rain is... The way I literally wrote it is, Rain is an undefinably beautiful woman. That is how I wrote it in the beginning of her description.
Well, I'm gonna have to learn quite a few things from all of you.
We only can hope. And she's going to take out some papers that clearly are handwritten and kind of hand out to each one of the person. This is a very basic piece of paper that gives the description of what the plan is. And she's like, so, we've been tasked by... I now have to remember the names of all the things that you said earlier, Brian.
Faltheon.
Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to actually say his name, though. We've been tasked by an employer who needs us to break into one of the higher homes. Home of... Dai Hanada, if you've heard of him. He's the minister of the oil trade industry here. He's holding an artifact that our employer wants, and we have to get it. We have a couple options to do it. I think the easiest one will be us trying to break into the party that he's having later in the week. But we'll need to get invitations, which I heard about a contact that we should be able to go to get invitations from, and I have a way to duplicate them.
Knock, knock, knock. You hear on the door.
Come in.
And opens the door, not Zan, but... Vicky, introduce your character!
She's gonna look a little scoldingly at the door, like, really, I'm being interrupted.
He is a 6'5" tabaxi. He has spots all over him. He resembles a snow leopard. He's wearing very lightweight clothes, like very earth-toned. He has like little breeches, a belt around his waist, and one strap going around one shoulder. He looks like he's ready for summer. And you notice across his throat is one stripe. And it's odd because he doesn't have any other stripes. And he looks like a lost puppy. And as he gets his eyes on Rain, he runs over to her and gives her a hug. It says, "Oh my god, I can't believe I finally found you," and licks the top of her head.
She's going to shove him away and be like, "And are you?
Aren't you mighty friendly?"
What, you don't recognize me? Oh.
She's making that look of, what?
Sorry, Rainy, it's me. And I clap a hand on her shoulder, and I say, "Come on, it's me, Andy."
It's been a while. And you've changed just a little bit.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She's gonna cross her arms and look at him, like how it didn't click.
Yeah, I can see how that might be a problem.
Last time I saw you, you were a half-elf.
Yeah, I'm a cat now.
Tabaxi.
I need to do taxes. I'm a cat.
You weren't always like this?
Nah, so, one night I was out with Rain, actually. And, afterward, a guy, came up behind me and, didn't seem to like me very much, kinda, And, it's been a while since then, but now I'm a cat. And, I'm a monk now, too. Pretty fun.
So the monks brought you back to life?
Yeah, my parents. You've met them. Fiona.
She met them?
Caspian. Definitely now.
To canon.
Yeah. They're sweet. Don't really know how they got them to do it, but they got them to bring me back, and yeah, I'm a cat.
And then Paul's gonna just sit and be like, "Well, you're a friendly fellow, I can tell. Nice to meet you, Andy. Hi, I'm Paul." And holds out a hand.
Meet you, Paul, and all.
There's so much I want to say that I can't.
Everyone's if they're paying attention, they're gonna notice Rain breathe in and try and refocus.
Paul shakes Andy's hand. He's like, "I've met a mighty fine amount of tabaxis around my part of town. You seem just quite pleasant. I'm sure you'll enjoy your time as a tabaxi. They're wonderful people."
You can jump real high now. It's really cool.
Andy, you can take a seat.
What are the rest of you doing here? I just was looking for you.
We're doing a job, Andy. If you want in, sit down. You'll make some good money.
I mean, I don't have any other plans for the week, and I'll sit down.
I will, as she sits, as he sits down, I will lean over to Rain and say, "Are you sure you want him involved? He doesn't seem like the brightest bulb."
And I'm gonna whisper to him like, "Don't worry, He's fine. He's very strong, and he's a good fighter. At least back when I knew him. So at least we have that going for us. We'll figure out if he has new skills. He might. He was trained with the monks.
I would say I want to check to see if I noticed this, but he doesn't notice.
I was about to say,
He's
Andy
like,
sits down next
food, and he just drags the carrots over.
Andy sits down next to Paul, and as Andy pulls the food over, Paul says, "Oh, and this is a good little bit right here. You got to try some of this. Like, oh, it's beautiful." And so you start driving off on their own separate side conversation about food.
Rain's now going to stand up and kind of like, okay, I guess this is our group. Interruptions, aside. So, we're going to be stealing from one of the Dai Hanada. I think the best time is to hit it during one of the parties. We easily can get in. It seems a couple of you are races that will very much, if we get the right clothes, blend right in. Warning, you may not have the weapons you want on you, though.
Oh, I have many places I can hide my weapons.
So...
Don't we all?
Ton of praise.
Range just smiled just a little bit at the turn of phrase, like, okay, I can work with this.
Who exactly is your employer?
He would rather be left anonymous. But I promise, he pays out well, and he does good on his promises. I've worked with him before.
No. Oh, wait. I have a phrase for this. Hold on. No pray, no pay. What?
Sure. Okay.
We just have
Andy's gonna turn to the bird and just be like, "Man, you're cool."
Man, you're cool.
Yeah.
Rain's gonna speak up a little louder to be above the riffraff of Andy's discourse.
Sorry, Rain. Continue.
So we have a couple days before that party. During that time, we're going to need to get equipment, clothes, for us to get into the party, and the invitation, which we have a contact for. If you guys would like to go with me, tomorrow I'll be going in the midday, probably just after breakfast, to both go get some equipment I need and then go pick up that invitation, if they have it. We may need to do some small odd jobs to get it, because I'm very sure he's not going to take just money. People like them always want a little thing done for them. See, I'm just looking. No. We're not going to. They are an important contact. We're not going to drag them into a back room. There's others we may, but he will not. He's too useful.
Wait. Is it he?
Yes.
Oh, I know someone that'd be perfect for giving him the finer parts of life.
Okay.
The finest points of pleasure.
We'll see when we get there. If it's a quick task, we'll do the task. Because then there might be more money for it. So we're going to get the invitation, and then we're going to prep and do some research and looking into of how the house is set up. Because I'm unsure if we'll be able to break in during the party, or we're going to have to do it after. So we're definitely going to need to get some intel on that. But as I said, you guys are going to get a cash advance for starting this. So that way you can buy equipment that you might need. And she's going to take out her suitcase from underneath the table, which you guys would be like, where is she hiding under a table? She's going to put it down, and she's going to give everyone 200 gold, except for Andy and Paul, which she'll give 100 gold each.
Brian, do I still get the 200 gold even though I already bought my magic shit?
So that stuff is what you start as a character. This is $200 from your employer down for additional stuff.
No, wait, no, that math is wrong because it's only 800 gold, right?
Yes, you got 800
I need
gold
to divide
total
that.
because you told him 4 people.
Including myself. I did my math wrong. Darn me.
Well, no, because you're also taking the 100 from each of them.
Yeah, but that means I get no goals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's what she has on her
Honestly,
back.
If you give Andy like 50, he won't notice.
That's the answer. I think
Be
Rain will
honest
just
here.
take 100 herself and give each of you, the 3 useful employees, 200 gold, and give each Andy and Paul 50 gold.
Wow, 50 gold pieces. God, I don't see this after over a month's work. And that's if I don't
Her
spend
brain,
it all.
now, she's like, and I shouldn't have given him all 50. And I...
Found some booty.
So, tomorrow, I suggest early in the morning you try and get what equipment you might need, and we'll meet at, what's the local breakfast place?
I mean, there's multiple. Angel Ears Tavern is definitely a place that sells breakfast. If
I'm
you
not
would
meeting
like.
it. I told Santa I wouldn't come back with the riffraff.
There are multiple breakfast places. This is a city. You need to be more elaborate than that.
She's going to ask them to meet at the cafe around the corner from her house. In front of the cafe. So that way she can eat breakfast and just meet them there.
Okay.
Assume that Andy has been there.
She lives in a different house than she used to, so you probably maybe.
Okay. So I'm gonna just be like, the same one we went to like a long time ago, or a different one?
Different one.
Okay.
Different one.
It's on. She's gonna take out a map and show Andy where it is, and show Andy where we are right now. You're going to be going here, Andy. We're here now. Go here tomorrow morning.
And this is where Rain is pointing to, is the 4th ring of the district in the city called Salvation's Corner.
I'll meet you guys in front of there just after breakfast time.
You guys have been far enough in this. All of you have been in the city for a decent amount of time. I'd say that you would know the different districts' names. This is the north. This is the northeastern district of the Horror Rings. Thank you.
I do not know where this will open up. So,
well,
she's like, for now, if you'd like to get to know each other, since we'll be working as a team for this mission, it's a good time to eat, relax, drink. Don't cause a ruckus in Zan's bar, because he'll kill you. And, or I'll have to, and I really don't want to do that to new hires. And she's going to sit down, finally take a portion of steak and some carrots, whoever's left over them after everyone else is grabbed, and begin eating and sipping her rum. Be like, so.
Well, I definitely don't want to die.
Don't want to kill you.
I'm going to look at everybody else and be like, I didn't catch the rest of your names. What's your names?
Rain's literally just using Andy to facilitate conversation.
I'll just raise my hand and say, Delson.
Delson, okay.
Delson,
but some folks in the city might know me as the Shadow.
Have I ever heard of the Shadow?
Roll a history check.
Let's see. That's 5.
You know of the term Shadow. You don't know of anybody who goes by the name of Shadow.
You know what a shadow is?
Why would someone call you Shadow? You're pretty pale.
I will manifest my duplicate in the chair next to me.
But I'm hallucinating again.
It's all the rum, Paul.
That's
what Ranger. It's all the rum, Paul. You should slow down.
He's gonna push the cup forward and be like, "Oh, do you have any water? Gosh, golly."
She's gonna
grab his cup and like toss it back.
I'm assuming there's also a pitcher of water on the table. She's just gonna slide it to him and be like, "It's fine."
Of the ale and hand it to him.
Okay,
so he gets the water and the ale, hand it over to him and be like, "Oh, gee, thanks." God, takes the one given from Serenity first and starts sipping on that and just... Paul's just like, oh, I don't think that was water, don't you know?
Literally straight up Midwestern guy who's just shut up.
I'm gonna look at Delser, and I'm gonna say Delson, and I'm gonna say, you know, that's pretty cool. I can do something pretty similar, and I'm gonna spend 2 key points to make the astral arms appear. So what you see are these 2 astral arms. One is very similar to his arm, and the other arm looks humanoid, more half-elven.
Okay.
And it's covered in vines and flowers.
Okay, so are they like
some little bugs crawling around on it?
So are they like just another set of arms under your regular arms? Or
So yeah.
Okay.
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
And they're really long too, because they can reach 10 feet, so they're longer than his arms.
That is certainly impressive.
That's a cool little trick.
And the thing is about these is you can actually, they're somewhat translucent as well. Like, you can tell they're something not of this plane. They're more extensions of the body.
Yeah, and I'll say they're pretty useful too, and I'm gonna, like, from across the table, flick Rain's braid.
She's gonna look at him like, I will reiterate that technically magic is still illegal, guys. We don't want to get
really
arrested. We don't want to get arrested immediately.
My echo will vanish.
Do I know from experience whether my ability is considered magic by people?
Key points are not considered magic. It is basically...
I'm going to look at her and I'm going to be like, it's not magic, it's just me.
Sometimes the guard don't see it as that.
For her ease.
She's going to be like, sometimes the guard do... Yeah, sometimes the guard do not see it that way. The more educated do, but not all of them are educated.
Well, it seems like everybody has some useful abilities here. What else can all of you do?
Rain just looks at him, deadpan, and just says, kill people well.
He's like, ah! That is quite a useful skill when you're going in to try to steal from somebody else. I have stolen from my neighbor a few times, but I didn't have to kill him.
Good. That means at least you have some kind of sleight of hand.
I can be sneaky if I want to.
I hate you so much, Brian.
Okay. I'm really good at races. I'm real fast.
You also used to be good at those fights in the old days.
Oh yeah. I mean, the arms help now, but I'm also pretty fast.
So the one who sounds like the wind over there, you seem like you got the one who sounds like the wind over there seems like you got a lot of cool things on you. Can you do anything cool?
Ooh. What do I want to show off? Hold on.
Eldritch Blast.
I just blast out.
I'm like, no.
What?
We were joking if you ended up Eldritch blasting. We were just joking.
She would be like, please don't blow up the table. Sand will make me pay for the table.
But I am doing magic.
That's fine-ish. Just don't get caught.
Use Dragon's Breath?
Yeah. You ask if I can do anything useful, I just cock my head back and just... Rah! And it's just fire breath.
How far does that go?
15 feet.
Oh boy.
You've now singed the ceiling that Rain will have to deal with later.
As you breathe the fire up, as soon as it disappears, you can just see black scorch marks on the ceiling above your head.
Rain's just like, I'm about to scrub those now.
Oh, wait! I take out my handkerchief from under my boots, shoot my grappling hook at the ceiling, like, grapple up there and just start scrubbing.
There's a hole forms in the ceiling as the Kenku gets lifted up there and starts wiping down.
Wait. There's no like beams or like cross beams?
I'm sure there are. But
There are, but not to like link open. It's a hardwood floor on the top with the beams like going across it. So if you shot it up there, the crossbow would have hit the ceiling floor. It wouldn't have been able to go over the actual beam itself.
Okay, then I straight up don't do that.
you could probably stand on the table and reach where you burnt.
I mean, he's only 4'8".
I
I'll
can do
give
it.
him
I'm real
boost.
tall. I'm
I'm
real
just
tall.
gonna
And he's
pass
just-
my handkerchief over then.
What?
I'm just gonna pass my handkerchief over then.
To Andy.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, and I'll stand up on the table. I'll reach up.
As Andy
I'll
steps
start-
up, some of the plates get knocked out of the way a little bit, but gets up there and is able to reach
Excuse me,
the ceiling.
sorry.
I'm just, and as Andy starts scrubbing my scorch mark off the ceiling, I go, odd jobs, odd jobs.
That's
Yeah.
right, little guy.
I don't know if you'll see it, but Rain's eyes are one of her eyes is just like twitching, like, oh my god.
You would be quite the chef being able to breathe fire like that.
Quite the chef? Wow.
Oh, you can definitely sear some of these steaks here, make them nice and cooked.
I hate that you're doing someone who's just fucking Minnesota's accent. It's making me angry.
And then Paul turns and looks at you like, well, I haven't heard much from you over there, mister. And looks at you, at Serenity. Be like, I don't think I caught your name either.
Well, I'm Serenity. And I have a really, really neat trick.
Oh.
What would you like to see?
Well,
Would you
don't you know I would like to see?
I'm gonna
Rain's
spend
gonna
an
shake her head
action-
like, poor boy, poor boy.
I'm gonna spend an action, and in my I'm gonna shapeshift into a female.
What does your female now look like?
So it's gonna be a red, long ponytail with massive tits, a really thin waist, and a
Crack any teacup?
Rain's gonna roll her eyes and be like, ugh.
Well, that's it. Well, yeah, Telson will look over and be like, huh, that's interesting.
Pretty cool,
Rain's
yeah.
saying there is like, I was supposed to be the hot one, and now I am not, and now I am unhappy.
And Paul's gonna be like, Paul, well, you're one of those like succubi or incubi, aren't you?
Oh, that's definitely right, my dear.
Oh no, Brian.
I think we've killed Conlon. Bye,
Bye,
Vicky.
Okay. Need to regain composure, but Brian keeps using that voice. I'm gonna lose it again.
We're all doing accents this time.
Yeah. So as Andy sees them change their form, he's gonna be like, "That's pretty damn cool. I only got to do that once."
Oh, I get to do this whenever I want.
Wow, someone who can definitely change the shape of their body. That's definitely interesting for when you're trying to steal something, I would reckon. You can go in there and take something and change who you are and go around the corner and they never know.
That's
Brian,
really
you've now
smart,
switched
Paul.
your accent. It's no longer Minnesotan.
It's hard to continuously do it. It's much like Lemon with her British accent.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Normal Living.
Is the ceiling clean by now?
There are definitely some marks still on there. It would have to be scrubbed down, but you have improved it.
Rain knows
I'll
that
use
she's gonna have
some
to clean the
spit.
goddamn ceiling, and she's just like,
No, I'll use some spit at this point.
Andy, I can get water.
We're not
There's a pitcher of water on the table.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's
Okay.
gonna hand it to him.
Okay.
The heist isn't going to continue out of this room. This is just the heist mission.
I'll dip it in the water and start.
This
know.
mission is just us cleaning the
well-
ceiling of Zan's tavern because we fucked it up.
I'm pretty fast. It should should go kind of quick.
Well,
Sorry,
That's what you
Conlon.
think. Yeah.
I'm excited to be helping you all out with this endeavor. My life is pretty boring, so, you know, I was trying to spice it up a little bit, don't you know?
What the fuck, Ryan? Just trying to
This
spice it up,
is
don't
too
you know?
long, not because it's a hard mission, but because we're gonna keep on doing things like this, and we're just gonna lose it. Like, sorry, we need like 5 minutes to just fucking laugh.
Andy will be like, you know, you could pick up like a hobby instead, like build a boat or something.
Boat.
Do you know how much it would cost to get a boat from the city?
No, build a boat.
No, but if you built a boat to go use it, do you know the city floats how many feet? Like 1,000 feet above the water, Brian?
Oh, it's well over a mile.
Oh yeah, it's
Right.
it's almost a mile above the water. You'd never make it on the way down. You just turn to fucking nothing.
You could go to the other side of the bridge and then build it
and
over
pay the
there.
taxes for bringing a boat into town.
You see Andy's face kind of like scrunched together. He's trying to think of a way to win this argument. He's like,
This has happened before.
you're probably right.
Better hobby. There's many better hobbies, like reading.
And Paul's just like, but that does sound mighty interesting. After all this is done, do you want to build a boat with me?
Oh, maybe. I'd have to ask my my teacher. He might not be cool with that.
That is fine.
Hi, Aubrey.
He's nice, but he's not that nice, you know.
So, what are we trying to steal?
We're
stealing something?
Artifact.
Yes, we've been over this, Andy.
Oh.
You know what? Just sit there, look pretty. That's all you need to do.
Oh, thank you.
She's only saying that 'cause that's what she said to him before.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. You're pretty too.
Thank you. And she's going to be like, okay, it is a ruby necklace. Inside the rubies, it looks like there's a... Oh man, I now have to remember how you described it, Brian. It looks like there's fires with...
It's a statement necklace made entirely of rubies, and if you actually look at them, it looks like there's flames burning within each of the rubies. Almost like you're wearing a flame off your neck.
Sounds fancy.
I love this cat. I love the cat content in this episode.
Yeah,
So-
she likes to be involved.
Yeah.
So, Conlon, that is what it looks like.
Yeah. So she describes that. She's like, I assume it's going to be in the Dye's cache.
And as all of you know, there is something around Xysta City, and especially you, Desmond. You would know this. Delson, sorry, Delson. You guys would definitely know. Sorry.
Desmond, the Mooplan. There.
How did I get here?
You're welcome, everyone. I'm here for
Delson,
memes.
You would especially know, but everybody else, I don't know if Andy would know. Probably not.
Not.
But some of the businesses and richer elites of the city have these things they call magic cash. It's basically a cache where you can store things
He rolled
infinitely.
a 14, so
You've heard of
for
it then.
history,
Your
sure.
family might have had one themselves. But
Wait, can I roll a history check too?
you would have advantage since you lived in the upper echelon of Xysta.
You might have had.
That's an 8 history. Yeah, that's 17.
Yeah. So your family probably even had one yourself. These are magical storage devices authorized by the city themselves for certain businesses and higher officials. The magic elite of the castle itself, the Era Amber Castle, actually come out to place enchantments on these little pocket holes. Depending on how much money you put down, the harder they are to crack. And you all do know each of these magic caches can only be opened either by dispelling the magic on them or knowing the key phrase and being said by the particular person or persons who are authorized to open it.
That's me!
Yeah.
No, but you have to get their accent perfectly. Rain can get their accent perfectly.
So that is...
I can literally do it exactly perfect.
These magic caches are often...
We'll be fine.
These magic caches are often normal, common objects. They don't look like anything, but they usually have a unique symbol on them. So that is the one discerning factor of what is a magic cache and what is not.
Gonna peck it with my beak.
Gets eviscerated because he pecks it.
So Rain, continue.
She's like, as you know, the caches can be quite hard to get through.
So, one more thing, actually, with that 17 in history check, because you've actually had one before, Andrew. Your character does know that most magic caches, especially in the upper echelon, have some sort of cache guardian, something that watches it.
Be it like a magical creature or
anything from a magical creature to magical suits of armor to something. Something is defending. Okay.
So,
just gonna whisper away.
As Rain was mentioning that, I'll say you do know these caches have guardians, right?
Yes, I know. We'll deal with it. It's not the worst I've had to deal with. Though I've never actually stolen from one of the caches before. Usually I go for the easier prey in the houses.
I have.
You've stolen from one of the caches before.
Yes. The guardians. They are no joke.
Well, then I guess it's good we'll be prepared.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. We have someone who's already done the job we're about to do. Actually, this
not this
crazy coincidence.
Not this specific job, but I have experience in this arena.
Very good.
Okay.
Then I'll use the experience to get the phrase and figure out where it is. And
Is the ceiling clean at this point?
The ceiling, for the most part, is cleaned off.
Hell yeah. Okay, so he's gonna kind of pump his fist in the air once it's clean, and he's gonna climb back down, hand the handkerchief back to the bird, because he still doesn't know the bird's name, and sit back down.
Thank you.
So, why not, instead of trying to steal it...
Brian, you need to be closer to your mic. You're leaning too far away.
So, instead of just trying to steal the cash, why don't we go and just maybe try to make him give us said item?
We always can try.
I feel like persuasion won't get us very far in this specific job.
It depends on who we're persuading, but usually people that high up in government... Usually people that high up in government... The only persuasion they may ever react to is death, as they fear for their life more than they care for anything else, including sex. And she's gonna look directly at the succubus, including sex.
Well,
they want to stay powerful, and that's all they care about.
Well, depending upon how good it is, if their souls on the line.
Well, on that, Rain, you do not lie.
She smiles. She's like, I am well aware.
Anything shiny in the room?
Make a perception check.
All the jewelry on Rain's face. And the rings in her hair.
He's getting bored of the conversation. That's a 17.
17, so... Bye, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. So, with a 17 perception, you are able to notice there is a cabinet right behind you that seems to have my universe's version of China, which is called Gallus.
I actually accidentally said the wrong number. It's a 19, so it's even better.
Yeah,
the way
you
you saw
definitely. You see the gallus in the cabinet behind you, and you can also catch. It looks like there has been some gold coin pieces that have been left in a corner behind Rain. It looks like something that maybe the tavern keeper forgot to store away somewhere. Maybe just passed and put it down for a second and forgot.
Are there any bugs in the room?
No. Zan does try to keep as much as.
This is
much
quite a
as
clean establishment.
Clean the establishment and make sure
He's
it's
getting
as
distracted, and you can notice that Andy doesn't really look like he's paying attention anymore, and is just kind of looking around.
Charger!
She's ignoring Andy because there's more important things going on. She's like, Andy, if you want to go play football, you can go outside and ask if everyone has one.
I'm literally gonna pull out my grappling hook and I'm gonna grab Andy's hand and we're gonna go outside.
Okay.
Okay, you guys walk outside of the door. You can see Zan, the half-elf tavern keeper, who's over at the bar, shining a glass. He sees at you, and he's just like, and just looks the other way. You can see there are tables outside, right now.
The most subtle man on earth.
He was about to wave at Zan, and then realized he wasn't gonna look at him, so he was like, "Okay, never mind."
I straight up would have waved at him too. This is the best.
And you can see there are tables with patrons, mixes of races, all enjoying their evening's meal. You guys walk outside the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys walk outside the tavern into the open streets of Xysta. You can see right now it's basically just built in the section that you are in. There are stone connected buildings, like almost like apartment or shops, just straight line across until it does create a separate street. You can see balconies of wood and also metal off of some of the upper levels, clothes dangling over some of the edges, and some of the side streets you can see some of them hanging as well. There are guards walking the street in their full Xysta chain shirts going on, as well as other patrons walking along the streets.
Andy is just gonna kind of stretch his legs for a minute, and then he's gonna be like, "You want to race?"
I was just about to say that! I mean, I wasn't because I can't, but I was just about to basically try to get you to race me.
So what do you say back?
And as one of the first two members of our party get arrested for running around town in the middle of the night.
Okay,
get arrested for sprinting.
So you say
you look suspicious.
Race, and I go, race, rock!
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I pull out my grappling hook, and I aim it at the nearest balcony.
Okay.
There is none of the rest of the party to tell them this is a terrible idea.
Let me see if I've got any phrases. Oh wait, I do have a phrase. Hold on. So I've got my grappling hook pointed at the nearest balcony, and I go, "Anchors away!" And I just shoot it at the nearest balcony.
Wait, how far are we running? Where are we going?
Roll if this is a ranged attack to hit.
Okay.
Are we racing to the balcony? That's not fair.
You have like a fucking 45-foot movement.
That's true. But I'm gonna have to find a way up there.
You're basically gonna have to infer what I'm doing, as I'm doing it.
Yeah, can I do an insight check, actually?
Roll an insight check.
To see if I can understand what he's trying to do. Yeah. Oh, bad. That's an 8.
It looks like he's trying to get up high. You're not sure if it's a distance or a height race here. You said race, and then he still looks like he's shooting upwards.
I'm gonna start trying to see if I can find stairs up to the balcony where he's trying to shoot to.
Roll a perception check.
As I've shot my grappling hook, I say, "Learn quite a few things from you." I got
that's
a dirty 20, by the way.
15 for perception.
15. You can see there is a metal ladder that does lead up to each individual balcony, going up to the higher levels and higher levels. It does seem like some of those, one of those 4 balconies till you get to the roof does have somebody on it right now, putting a few of their blouses over the edge to dry. But Callum, what'd you roll to hit?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And your grappling hook goes up and wraps around the top balcony of the building next to you, the metal ring, and locks. And the one, and then you just let it pull you up?
Trying to run.
Yeah.
Okay, as you start shooting out in that direction, what do you do, Andy?
I start running in the same direction. Am I using my climbing speed for this? Because I have a climbing speed.
It would be your climbing speed, yes.
Okay, so my climbing speed is 30 feet. I'm going to use my dash. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash and my action to dash. So that'll be a total of 90 feet.
So, before the rope even pulls...
I'm well back behind me, or actually maybe ahead of me now.
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
So as you are getting brought up to where the balcony is right now, and you just see as it's going up, Andy just up the ladder and actually gets up there, like passes by you, climbing up as the rope's pulling you up, and there's the woman who's putting the clothes on, be like, "Oh my word!"
So I just yell after Andy, "Man, you're cool! Man, you're cool!" Right?
As you guys both get to the top balcony. Nobody's up there right now, and the ladder itself doesn't go up to the roof, so you guys are now at that top balcony together. You can hear down from the streets below, "Hey! What are you guys doing up there? Hey, get back down here!" And you can see 2 guards are coming in the direction of where that balcony is.
Okay.
We'll pick up back at that. Oh, actually, we'll continue because Colin's not here yet. So yeah, continue.
Okay, I'm gonna give.
Yeah, guys, I'm heading down
So
the
I say
stairs
to
real quick.
you, useful skills.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean. I'm gonna. What's around us? What's around? Like, what's nearby?
So there is the actual entrance into the house of the balcony that you guys are on, with a cloth entrance.
Something within. Is there something within jumping distance?
You can always
jump to.
You can always try to.
I was gonna. So what I was gonna do was grapple myself to the next roof and grab Andy and just swing us.
So to the roof, like across the way, to try so you can get up to the actual roof on that level.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
like try to do a stealth or some shit.
All right, roll another a ranged attack roll to see if you you successfully latch onto the building.
Ooh, I'm gonna use a different d20 this time. Ooh, okay, that's an 18.
18. You take it, blast it. It wraps around a little ring that's put onto the rooftop itself. Looks like things can be hung off of it from some of the patrons. It wraps around. You hold it. Seems like it's pretty tight.
Okay.
So I wrap my arm around Andy's waist, pull him close, and just hop off the edge.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Andy weighs twice as much as you, probably. You're a bird.
That's a 16.
16. So you are able to hold Andy's weight. However, since the crossbow is trying to pull 2 people at once, it's going in that direction, and then it almost goes to a type of swing, and you guys get down, and you guys do slam into the building at one of the other balconies.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to cast Gust of Wind as we start to swing towards the building?
Oh no! You're gonna cast a spell?
It technically was an action to do the grapple, so it would be a separate act unless it's a bonus action to do Gust. You technically can't do it in the same moment.
Okay, well let me look up to see if Gust is a bonus action, but I don't think it is.
So while you are doing that, and both of you guys are hurtling towards the stone building, getting pulled by the grappling hook, Rain, Wind Whisper, and Andy just left the room.
Okay, I'm paying attention. She's gonna continue. She's like, so now that they're gone, she's like, oh, let's hope that we don't talk about anything too important, I guess.
Yeah.
So when we go to the party, what race is your succubus, Brian, or is they just a succubus?
I'm just succubus.
Succubi, incubi, is the actual race itself.
What do they look like?
But they can make them be any race.
Yeah, I'm like a normal human.
She can make herself look like anything, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking. So, this isn't Rain asking. This is me double checking. Rain would know that she's interacted with them before.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rain, I can be anything you want.
She's gonna laugh and smile. She's like, power and money aren't what you are, so doubtful.
Well, if you'd like, I can become the queen.
Rain's gonna just laugh a little bit loudly, like, no. Okay. So we're gonna have to go to that party, so Miss Succubus, if you decide to be a miss during it, I would suggest you get the nicest clothes you can.
Okay, we can do this.
Paul's gonna speak up and say, the party, you say.
Wait, we're getting so much feedback.
Party, you say. Would that happen to be that, oil party that's being held in about 5 days? Something about getting about 25, a certain amount of oil amount?
3 million gallons. It's a gala.
There'll be a lot of important people there.
Exactly, so even if we don't get the information we want, we can all learn very important things for the long term.
Intel is important.
Mm-hmm.
Or clients.
But I will reiterate, we won't want to make too much of a presence. Which is why I am worried about the tabaxi and the yes.
They are. They do.
They will stick out in a party like that.
They're not very discreet. You could say that.
Well, I can definitely become invisible if need be.
Can you actually be invisible?
The game's gonna be like,
no, sir. I'm just very. Some people don't notice me when I walk by.
No, what that means they'll listen. They'll talk openly with you. Perfect. Sounds like a very useful skill.
Some might say, he looks sad for a second. Not that important.
What?
He's gonna die and you're all gonna feel sorry for him!
Oh, hell yeah, we are. Don't worry.
But I'm definitely willing to do my part.
Good on you.
You're not there.
It's because the microphone button doesn't always work. So Rain's gonna be like, yes. So I'm not sure if all of us will be able to go into the party.
Well, we'll see about trying to get them, like, backstage kind of areas.
Well, we always can get them to the party in general. I'm sure if you're such a seductive woman, or man, depending on who the gods are at the moment, I'm sure you can just flirt your way in.
Oh, that's easy. That's child's play for me.
Brian, can I make the cloak of Elvenkind look like anything?
I think it said you can change the color. You can't change the form.
Okay.
I'll have to read it again, but I think that's...
But as long as you... Rain's like, if you're worried about the cloak, just make sure it matches with your outfit and no one will ever care.
Well, it gives you advantage on stealth checks when you have it up, so I very much see it like that cloak Frodo wore in Lord of the Rings. So depending on your stealth check, you can make it look like a boulder if you wanted to. Like Frodo did.
Okay.
It accidentally makes it look like a boulder in the middle of the dance hall.
What is this rock doing here?
Rain, that was a lot less subtle than you planned.
All right, so
she's like, as long as what you're wearing matches, all kinds of these families wear heirlooms and such. So just make sure it matches.
Understandable.
You have 200 gold. You can get a great suit for that. Or you can shine up that armor.
I mean, I only got 50 gold. What can I get for that?
You can get... If you go to the tailor, she's going to tell him about the tailor she got her dress from, which is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
He'll make a good deal for you. It'll be good enough. No one will notice that it's not made by the tailors in the middle of town.
Tailor? I've met any tailors before.
Aww.
No, my dear. He's talking about a seamstress.
He probably almost does that. Just like,
oh, gotcha. I'm sure I can find one or two around the city.
As stated, there's one just around the corner. I got a very nice dress from them.
Oh, you'll have to give me the address.
It's Brian. You get to make up the address.
Write the address on the paper. You hand it to me. Yep.
Yeah, you get to make that shit up. And she's like, go there. Tell them you know Rain. If they look at you bad, they say you don't know me. It's been a while since I've been there.
He'll open the paper and be like, well, I got some time right now. I guess I'll be on my way. Where are we meeting up tomorrow?
At the... We need to make up the name of the cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the one that you went to get coffee at the other day before, right?
Yes, most likely.
Okay.
Because it's around the corner from my house.
That was in your backstory. I'll create the name of it by the next session. So you give that name off to Paul, and he walks through the door, and he's just like, "Well, it's mighty fine meeting all of you and those other two. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, morning.
Just after breakfast.
I'll see you all bright and early. You have a wonderful night."
Good
night. And Brandon
we
with the
have
group like
one of the Grand Theft Auto stars. We have like one Grand Theft Auto star on our radar.
As Paul leaves, Wind Whisper and Andy, you're and you bodies slam into the stone wall right at one of the balconies, and you each take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch!
Okay.
Sorry.
And and then as soon as you hit, the rope slowly starts lifting you guys up to the rooftop. And the guards are down below, and they're just like, "Hey, get back here right now!" And they start getting over towards the balcony, looking like they want to try to climb.
Okay.
Oh, I realize I'm being chased by guards. God damn it!
You look at them, and you know that the guards, typically in the city, this is the 4th ring that you guys are in right now.
Yeah.
4th ring. Guards seem to travel in units, and it's about a 6-man squad that is heading towards the ladder towards you guys.
Okay, I'm going to take out my bottle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna uncork it.
Okay, you uncork
60 feet in every direction. We are surrounded by smoke.
A black cloud of smoke just fills the space around the roof of this building, and Wind Whisper and Andy, you are both in complete darkness right now. But with Wind Whisper's ability, can see through the darkness as if it is dim light right now, seeing everything. You can hear the shouts down below as the guards are like, "Hey, it's not magic! Hey, get back here!"
I'm gonna whisper to Whisper, and I'm gonna say, okay, now we gotta hide and get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here!
Alright. Where do you guys go? Do you run further on the roof?
Okay.
No.
So
the
number
closest
one
balcony we get to, so the next one that it pulls us up to.
So you were on the roof. Your thing brought you to it clamped around the roof, and it shot you across. You slammed into the wall, bubble on the balconies, and then it pulled you up to the remainder.
Okay.
So you're on the roof right now.
Once we're on the roof, I think we should hide first.
Okay.
First and foremost. So I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
Wait. We should definitely roll a stealth check, but we should go inside. They know we're on the roof.
There's people who live there. I think we can roll a stealth check and then get the fuck out of here. Just like
useful skills.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a stealth check. Do we get advantage because we're concealed by a cloud?
Yes, but are you stealthing and trying to stealth and hide somewhere in the area, or are you stealthing and running?
I'm gonna stealth and try to find somewhere, like try to slip into an alley somewhere, and I'm gonna pull him along.
Okay. All right. You guys can roll stealth checks with advantage right now.
So what I'm also gonna do, by the way, I'm keeping my saber in its holster. I'm keeping my crossbow in my left hand, and I'm pulling out a dagger, like pointed downward, in my right hand.
Okay.
And on the way out, doesn't keep growing. My stealth check is 26.
Nice.
26. What was yours, Callum?
Yeah.
23.
23.
Rogues. We can disarm rogues.
As the smoke cloud forms and continuously starts like expanding and expanding in that space, did you recork it, or are you just holding it uncorked?
I recork it as we leave the cloud.
Okay, you put the cork back on, and the cloud still stays there for a little bit of time as you guys
for 10 minutes.
As you guys move to the other end of the arch of the roof itself, and running over to get to the next alleyway, you can hear as you guys get to that next edge, you can hear it seems like, hey, stop! And you can hear it seems like they're trying to climb up into the smoke, coughing. You can see there's an alleyway in front of you guys right now. You're still 4 floors up, though.
Okay. I probably have rope.
I can't say anything to you.
I probably have rope. 1 second. Let me look through my equipment.
I
have 50 feet.
Just belay down.
Yeah, let's use your grappling hook to get down.
You should shake it and be like, useful skills, useful skills.
Useful skills. Thank you. Thank you, Common.
I'm a thinker.
So, you guys
So
attach
get
the
down.
grappling hook?
Yeah, and we rappel down.
Okay.
I can climb down pretty quick too, so I'll actually just climb down so that he doesn't have to carry me.
With your climbing climbing movement, you have no problem getting down that rope. Calvin, I just need you to roll a athletics check, as you are like rappelling down from a rope. It's using a little bit of skill to hold yourself up.
As I'm at the bottom, I'm gonna hold out my arms just in case he falls.
So here's the thing. Got a 9.
Able to catch him.
So roll a dexterity saving throw, Callum, and roll a dexterity check, Andy.
Okay. Wait, couldn't he just open up his wings and kind of like glide down?
I've got clawed hands.
Oh, okay.
Kenku don't have flying
Dexterity
speeds.
check?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a... 1 sec. That's a 14.
14.
I got a 22.
22. You're able to like right your body up, and then you fall right into Andy's arms. You guys look around you. There are some people walking down the alley, just normal patrons. They look at you, give a weird look, but don't pay too much mind. Keep walking by.
We get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
I just
you guys...
take a random direction and I pull him along.
Okay. You guys head out onto the street and then start walking in the street, trying to be inconspicuous.
If we get onto the street, I put my dagger away.
Okay, you put that away. Now, just to try to be inconspicuous and blend into the crowd, I need you both to roll charisma checks.
Yeah!
I like how within an hour of us knowing each other as a group, they almost got
18.
6. So, where Andy is lacking a little bit with his inconspicuousness, kind of just walking a little bit, okay, don't just whistling a little bit, trying not to like. You're trying to.
It's like a cartoon.
Draw it in a little bit. Wind Whisper is able to pick up a little bit and just lead Andy on a little bit to fall into a crowd of people and then just blend away. By the time you guys get to that crowd, you can see a group of guards on the top of that roof, looking out into the distance. both of you guys roll stealth checks as you're doing this. That was actually a pretty good perception.
19.
Yes! A nat 20.
Okay. With a watchful eye looking out, you guys feel confident as you look back. They haven't caught your gaze, and you guys both slip away into the night.
I'm gonna lead him back. I'll give him a high five, and I'm gonna lead him back to my house. And as we're walking there, I'm gonna be like, "Do you have a place to stay, or?"
Let me look up my quotes real quick.
Yes or no?
I.
Okay, do you want to stay there?
Mayhap.
Okay.
This is like, that's a weird word.
I can't answer better than that.
I'm gonna say that's a weird way of saying maybe.
And you guys head off together to Andy's house?
Yeah. I guess so.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Back at the Angel Ears Tavern, Paul has just left the room, and the three of you are left unaware of any of the chaos going on outside, though actually all three of you guys roll perception checks.
And we've heard guards screaming at the tavern. So that's 11.
That's a 26.
Holy fuck! Okay, you're the perceptive one.
There's a 10.
Okay. Shadow, you are the only one who is actually able to hear outside. Just hey, get down from there! And then a few seconds later, hey, is that magic? Hey, stop! Outside, it's very faint, and it's outside the Angel Ears Tavern.
I think there's something going on outside. Should we maybe check on our
compatriots,
colorful friends?
If they already got in trouble, we don't need them.
I agree.
I want to minimize the god interactions as much as possible. Though I know some of the god, I do not want to have to use those connections and use my little favors I have left up now.
Oh,
What
God.
happened?
What was that?
Bye, Callum?
That was weird.
I think Discord didn't like us for a second.
I think Discord
Holy
did
shit.
Callum disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. It's like, why can't I? Oh my god.
I think
Yeah.
it looked like Discord just had a seizure.
I'm gonna laugh if Callum's phone died. Well, it's fitting he's not in the scene right now, so I guess we'll continue till he's back.
Oh, we're back.
Okay,
Hi, Callum.
I
don't think he can hear us yet.
But anyway, so you think we should just leave them out there?
If they could have it themselves, they'll meet us in the morning.
That's fair.
Hopefully with no guards chasing them.
Are there rooms available in here tonight?
Yes.
The Angel Ears does not have any rooms.
Okay.
You most likely have some sort of hideout or place that you reside most days. You could always go back to there.
I would. Okay.
I was like, I do have a couch in my apartment if you need to stay nearby.
That's okay. I have a hideaway I can go to.
I don't know where you guys live in the city because it determines how close you are. Because if you will go across town, then you're fucked.
What was the middle class district you mentioned, Brian?
There are 4 separate sections within the middle class. The middle class area as a whole is called Ascension Square, but there are 4 different districts. The Infinite Rainbow, the Rising Wing, the Inner North Row, and then Nature's Direction.
I'll have a little. How? Where's the map?
We can discuss living situations another time if you guys want to get into those details.
That's okay.
But for tonight, you guys do return to your abode, Serenity, where you're going to your club or wherever you you lure the most men and women into.
Rain's gonna stay
The
at
most
Angelier's
souls
Tavern for a little bit.
Okay. Alright. As everybody goes back to their abode and Rain is the only one left, Zan comes in afterwards knocking. He's just like, everything all okay, Rain? Go well?
I believe so. You tell me, but one of them almost scorched your ceiling. I think they were able to clean up what was there, but it should be fine. And she's gonna be collecting the plates.
He looks at it and she's like...
And she's like, I told them no magic, but apparently people don't listen very well.
You keep magic out of this place if you can. I don't need any trouble with the guard, and you know you're the one who's going to be finishing cleaning that. Although it looks like they did a decent job. You're definitely giving another scrub layer on top of that. I
know. She's going to grab some of the plates, and begin walking them to the dish room.
Okay.
And she's going to hand them to the dishwasher.
Okay. They definitely take it. They thank you and put it with the rest of the dishes to clean.
And she's probably going to clean the rest. She's going to clean the rest of the room up, and then be like, "I'm scrubbing that."
Okay.
Because she is not getting up on a chair right now.
Okay. All right, and you guys all head to your individual abodes, and spend the night's rest. And we can take a little bit of a break right here, 10 minutes or so. I was hoping for a short session, but I'm already enjoying this, so we'll go on a little bit later. My back may be hurting, but I don't need it that much for this session. So,
Brian, your back hurt already, so it doesn't count.
No, I was going to actually ask if we could end it here, if that's cool with you guys.
That is perfectly
fine. I've got a couple of things to do tonight.
No worries.
Understandable.
That is perfectly fine. Like I said, I was intending for this just to be the introduction session to the heist, to get all the characters to know each other. There was a little bit of chaos and, of course, a disaster, despite this being just a talking session to discuss everything.
So where did we leave Whisper and Andy?
Basically have a toddler.
Oh, when Whisper and Andy have gotten out of they escaped the guard after it wasn't even really a chase. They were pretty smart about what to do and blended off into the crowd and ended up spending when Whisper had the decision to spend the night with Andy if they so
choose. That is where we ended. Okay.
So we will pick up next week. Hopefully, again, we're working with work schedules now, so our time, as usual, is normally 4 o'clock, though it can get pushed a little bit later depending on work. Follow us on our social medias to figure out what time. And next week starts the actual prep for the heist. So we'll see what you guys do, how you guys acquire invitations, what interesting characters you'll get involved with, and what disasters you guys will become a part of.
Rain's gonna learn how well these guys Rain's gonna learn how well these guys are criminals in broad daylight. Great at it.
Well, let's put it to you this way: Serenity's abode is just a whorehouse.
So if you guys want to, over this week, the week before the next section, you guys can formulate what kind of abode you guys want to live in, and I will place it somewhere on the map for everything, just so you guys know where you would like to live. So Andrew, if you want to formulate your vigilante hideout and things like that within the city, and Callum, if you want to figure out what abode you've been staying at ever since you have taken up residency in Xysta City off of your ship. Andy, you're back at the monastery, but you probably also have a home to live in as well if you wanted to be somewhere else.
I think he has like an apartment over his parents' shop kind of thing, like lives over the garage kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. And Serenity, you can let me know where you want your abode to reside as
where your whorehouse is.
Yeah, it's a whorehouse.
Thank everybody for coming to the session. I'm glad we got Callum back playing. Love playing with you, man. Glad to have you as one of my players once again. And
me too.
We will see you all for the next disaster.
Yee.
Nice.
Okay.